Hello my fellow cigar smokers and welcome to Smoker's Spot. Today we are doing another review and this time it is the new Davidoff Year of the Ox. That's the newest addition to the Zodiac series. Stay tuned. So my friends, the chances are high that if you are watching this review, you already watched the Davidoff Year of the Ox unboxing. If not, go and check it out. There are a few relevant, important, interesting information about the Year of the Ox. The box, what is it all about with the Zodiac series, and so on and so on. I won't repeat all that here again. Today it's just about the taste, the look, and the flavors of this wonderful cigar. Guys, wrapper is looking nice, kind of goldish brown. Like that. The smell. A little bit of a moisty barn smell. And some grassy notes maybe. Or hay. Or something like this. Cannot define it any better. But it's not bad. Let's see what the cold draw is giving us. Don't know what my hands are doing today, damn it. Looking good. Coffee, earth, wood, and sweetness somehow all together, and some almost refreshing. That's interesting. Excited to smoke this one. Was waiting desperately for that cigar because I already smoked most of my Davidoff Zodiac signed cigars, like the Year of the Rat. It was the last year, which was pretty good actually. And I had one last year of the Dog, but it's already gone. Click. Oh, first few puffs are very good. Draw is good. At this moment, you know, I used to say on point, but it's not on point. Draw is good, but not perfect. It's a little bit too hard, but just a little bit. So I don't worry, that will be okay. First few puffs giving me this. I was talking about in the smell and in the cold draw about, if you remember, that moisty barn, grass, hay, and so on. And that's, I really cannot differ it, you know. It's like wet grass, hay, something like this in the first few puffs. a little bit of a spice note that is tickling my lips, but very subtle. Very good start. You know, since the unboxing, roughly 4 days 4 days passed, and I think that was okay, because back then when I was opening up the box, it was very fresh. And you know, I don't like that when the boxes arrive just fresh at the brick and mortar store. They were in the truck or wherever, you know, for a day or half a day. It's damn cold here in Frankfurt, and we all know that good cigars, they don't like changing temperature. So that was good that the cigar was able to rest a little bit in the humidor. Guys, it's a Gordo. Not so often that Davidoff is doing a Gordo. In the Zodiac series, we just had that one time before, and it was in the year of the horse, I think 2012 or 2013, not quite sure. And you know, I like big cigars, so that was just the perfect addition to that series. Gordo, in case you don't know, it has a ring gauge of 6T and is 6 inches long. Before we're talking a little bit more about the flavors, development and so on, it has a Dominican wrapper, and just beneath that, or just under the wrapper, that was the words I was looking for, god damn it, is an Ecuadorian Sumatra binder. That's not so often. And in the filler we have Dominican and Nicaraguan tobacco, mostly Piloto Viso, and we have one Davidoff, or not Davidoff, we have one Yamasa tobacco in there. Lovely, you know I love the Davidoff Yamasa, so love it when it's there. And from Nicaragua we have Condega and Esteli. Lovely combination, and I think when I'm talking about it, that spice that I was talking about, that was tickling my lips, I think that's the Nicaragua portion of the cigar. Very good start. Rich smoke. Just love to look at the smoke when it's flowing away. Great. Let's see how it develops. So guys, back with our Year of the Ox by Davidoff. Man, look at that ash. Isn't that looking nice? That's quite Davidoff untypical, because usually they have, well, maybe not usually, but very often they have problems with the ash. Great. Looks very solid, white. On some points a little bit flaky, but hey, that's just a very good ash. Like it. Development. You know, guys, there are these kind of cigars, especially when we have a long cigar or a cigar with a big ring gauge, sometimes they're getting boring. You have a specific flavor or taste in the beginning, and then there's not very much development. This little beauty here is quite the opposite. It started good with all the flavors I described, and then we had a real roller coaster in the first half. It was crazy. We have this grass hay barn notes. Don't know how to describe it a little bit better. That got very intense. Up to a point where it switched over to some very subtle sweetness. Could best describe it like roasted coffee beans or so, with that extra of spice atop of it. Very good combination, very complex. There are so many flavors in there. It's not overwhelming, but very complex, great development, and never it's never too much, you know. Depends on where you are in your smoking process. It varies, you know. So there's really not very much that you can ask for that is not in this cigar. But it has this typical unique Davidoff flavor, like that signature flavor that Davidoff has. That's these grass hay notes. They are definitely in there. So you have to like Davidoff in order to find this cigar a good one. If you're not a big Davidoff fan, you probably won't like that. Or maybe you like it, but it's definitely not worth the $40 that one stick costs. You know, guys, with all the episodes we were doing in the past, we were talking very often about expensive cigars. Why is Cohiba so expensive? We made a whole episode about that. We had very expensive Davidoffs in here, and so on. So, don't know if you want to ask yourself the question if a single cigar is worth $40. Most of the time I would say no, it's not worth $40. But on the other hand, maybe you're spending so much money on other shit that is unnecessary, and that is, of course, you're probably on a Gordo cigar, you're smoking like 70-80 minutes or so if you're an average smoker. You can say that for the time it lasts, the price is too high. And on the other side, when you're going in a steakhouse and eating a good steak or so, you're easily paying the same amount with everything that's coming by. So I always compare it to good food, you know, a good steak or whatever, you know, name it. That's the same kind of enjoyment I can find in a cigar. So not talking about the price too much. We know Davidoff is expensive, especially the Zodiac series is extra expensive. But it's not only the cigar. I think the box has also its value. And I don't think you will probably not buying that, especially not a box, if you're not into that I would say, art thing that Davidoff is doing with all the Zodiac series. It's worth looking at. I like to have it. So kind of collecting stuff. But that cigar, man, that's really good. We're doing a good job on that one, really. I will ash it down now because I don't want to have it on my shirt. Here we go. And remember, I was talking in the very beginning about the draw. That was a little bit too hard. Now it's on point. Like after 5 minutes of smoking or so, it get very easy. It's a very easy going smoke, draw wise. No problems at all. Combined with the good ash and with the perfect burn. By the way, I can't think of a single Davidoff cigar where ever had problems with the burn. So probably happened over the last couple of years, but not very often. But the ash, very often a problem here. Think about the Davidoff Madison 515. I was spending like minutes talking about the bad ash. Look at it. So here, quite the opposite. Perfect. And it's this kind of cigar that, you know, there are a couple of quality aspects in a cigar. Burn, the ash, the draw, flavors, all that is important. But you know what, I'm really not very often talking about that, but you know, also a good sign that a good cigar has is you put it in your ashtray or in your stand or whatever you're using. You leave it there for a couple of minutes. You're checking your phone, doing whatever, going on the toilet, whatever. And you're coming back and that cigar is still not only smoking, it is like you just were laying it down like 5 seconds ago. And that's also with this cigar. In the process of smoking, I was like unattended, you know. I was doing something else, laying it down, and I never even, not for a second, I had the feeling that this thing here will stop smoking. Always burning, always glowing. Perfect. God damn it, that's a good cigar. So this year we had 2 quite impressive Davidoff cigars, really. This one over here and the Davidoff Robusto Intenso. Man, that were 2 of the highlights this year, really. And coincidence that they are both from Davidoff, but the Robusto Intenso was a great cigar. Is a great cigar. And now this Year of the Ox. Unfortunately, no. The box, as beautiful as it is, it's a little bit too big. I have like 2 humidor cabinets where I'm putting boxes in there, and they were too small. The box was a little bit too long, so I wasn't able to close the door. That's a real pity. So what I had to do is getting all the cigars out of the box, putting it in the humidor and putting the box somewhere else. That's a real pity, because that box is also looking great. But hey, that's the way it is. Wonderful. Okay, guys, enough compliments for this cigar. Now we know it's a good one. Decide for yourself if you want to spend 40 bucks, smoke that cigar. I just can tell you, very good cigar. And yeah, just smoke it if you can. And if you were smoking one of these beauties over here, let me know what you think. Do you think it's a great cigar like I do, or you have other favorites in the Zodiac series? Did you ever smoke one of these Year of ox, rat, dog, sheep, and so on? Were you ever smoking one? How's it doing here in comparison to the others? Let me know. I will sit here a little bit. Maybe I'm drinking a whiskey now and keep on smoking that cigar. You have to enjoy it. Guys, I hope you can smoke a great cigar. I hope you can enjoy your day. Most importantly, stay safe and stay healthy. And I hope to see you around at Smoker Spot. Cheers.